through music, like each one of us experiences life differently. And we all have a different way to express ourselves. That's why you have some people going into politics, I guess, or some people are into science. But with music, that's one way of expressing how I feel. I'm able to pass a message along. Like, it's different. It's one thing to talk about what I'm going through in my life at the time, and it's quite another to actually express yourself musically. Artistically, I go by the name Shimei, which is my late grandfather's name, and Shimei means famous according to the Bible. So I added Empress, you know, because a lot of my friends call me Empress. A lot of my American friends call me Empress, which is queen. So Shimei Empress means famous queen. I started my music journey way earlier than I actually thought. I started, you know, I would say like when I was 10 or 9, I used to sing in the choir in school. My late brother, my eldest brother, he was called Charles de Gaulle. Don't know why my mom named him that. He used to take me to, in Kenya we have jam session. That's what we call it in Kenya, you know, jam session. So fortunately and unfortunately for me, I was born when my brother was a teenager. So he had to babysit me, which was an inconvenience for him. So he would take me along to jam sessions and listen to reggae music a lot. And I guess that's when I started loving music, but I didn't realize it, you know. And when I lost my late brother and my mother, I turned to music as a coping mechanism. All People is my very first song to be written in English. All my other songs that I worked on in Kenya, you know, Demnoma, Kupe, Nyorosha, they're all in Swahili. So this is very special because, first of all, writing in Swahili, and Nolan would be my witness, writing in English, sorry, has been a challenge because I'll think of the lyrics and the flow in Swahili, and then I put it down in English, and I'm like, okay, so how would this go?
I just want to be different, and I want to make a difference. Okay, not to fit in. For now, because we're all
Nolan Mercier. Do your thing, Nolan.
That's keep it equal.
I touched on just socially, on a general scale. This is just across the board what happens. People tend to classify themselves in social status, or, you know, like personal achievements, which is not a bad thing, but then using it to kind of, I don't want to use the word segregate, but I would say discriminate. Just because, okay, fine, I earn a 6-figure, you work at, I shouldn't probably mention any corporation, but you know what I mean. You shouldn't treat me like I'm less of a person, you know. Like some people would say, don't try to define an individual based on the salary or the paycheck they get. And I also addressed other sort of discrimination based on, you know, people being in maybe different ethnic groups or races, you know. That's also an issue. The issue that I really address, which is kind of a touchy subject, especially in Africa, is sexuality, where homosexuality is, for lack of a better terminology, I would say, is considered an abomination, which honestly, I think it's kind of, it is very unfair, because everyone should be able to live their lives as they see fit, I guess. Or, like, you shouldn't persecute, that's the word I was looking for. You should not persecute an individual for who they are.